Hi everyone. We will be doing a walkthrough of the electronic non-participation form that can be submitted on ISAC student portal. Before we begin, I just want to note that all Illinois public high school seniors are required to complete either the free application for federal student aid, also known as the FAFSA, or the alternative application for Illinois financial aid, also known as the alternative application, as a prerequisite to receiving a high school diploma. For students who choose not to file an application, they can complete a non-participation form. And now, if the student is under the age of 18, a parent or guardian must sign the non-participation form on the student's behalf. If the student is at least 18 years of age, the student can complete and sign the form themselves. We will now do a walkthrough of the non-participation form. So first, you want to go to studentportal.isac.org. Please ignore the URL that is at the top of my browser. It is a demo site URL that I'm using right now, but the one you should go to is studentportal.isac.org. So the student portal is where Illinois students can go to access student-focused resources and tools to support them on their post-secondary plans. This includes things like learning about different colleges and careers, finding scholarships, simplifying their financial aid award letter, learn how to budget their money, connect with an ISAC core member for one-on-one assistance, and much, much more. So for this recording, we're specifically going to be going through the electronic non-participation form. Again, on the ISAC student portal, there are a list of program applications, and also you can check the status of the application by going to this the fourth tab. So here is where they can find the non-participation form. So you want to scroll all the way down. We have a lot of forms, and here is a FAFSA non-participation form. So if you go directly here, they will be prompted to log in. They can also sign up if they do not already have a student account with the ISAC student portal. I'm going to just show you what that sign up form looks like. So here they would put their first name, the student's last name, the student's email address. So here, please provide a personal email address for the student. So like a Yahoo, a Gmail, a Hotmail. Do not put the student's school email address, only because they will lose access to that later after high school. And then also go ahead, confirm the email address. Now for the password, they can create their own password as long as it is at least 8 to 20 characters, at least has one number, one uppercase, one lowercase, and one of the special symbols. So those special symbols have to be one of these. So it has to be an @ sign, hashtag, money sign, percent, and plus or equal sign. Exclamation point is not on here. The apostrophe, those are not on here. So it does have to be specifically one of these specific symbols. And then they also have to create a challenge question. So I just go with a generic, what is your favorite pet? They can pick whatever question they want as their challenge question. They will be asked this challenge question every time they log in. And then, of course, the challenge answer. So because I already have an account, I am going to go ahead and log in. And they can go in and just go directly to login. And then if they click on the page, it will take them directly to the electronic non-participation form. But just because I think typically students will just go straight to the form without logging in, I just want to show you what that would look like. So I am logging in right now. So this is just a demo, profile that I created. What is your favorite pet? Again, answer the challenge question. And now it is directing me to the electronic non-participation form. So here you can see I'm logged in as John Doe. That is just what I have for the dummy account that I have on Student Portal. And it will automatically prompt them to the 23-24 financial aid application non-participation form, since that is the current academic year we are in. We are in the 23-24 academic year. That is the non-participation form students should be submitting right now. Because I have already created a electronic non-participation form, it says welcome back because I've already been here, logged in a few times. And I can manage my submissions. As you can tell, if I click on manage submissions, it has all the submissions I have created and played with. But for those who will be logging in for the very first time, it's gonna look similar to this. It's just gonna have a button that says Get Started, and then more information. The Get Started, if they click on it, it goes straight to the form. And then the more information is the FAFSA FAQ, which we have right here as well. You will see the FAFSA FAQ throughout the entire form. I'm going to just click on it just to show you what that is. So these are the most frequently asked questions that we get in the field. So it's, what is the FAFSA? Isn't the application too long and difficult to complete? If I want to learn a trade, can the FAFSA still be of assistance to me? Does my family make too much money to benefit from the FAFSA? What if I don't want a student loan? How is FAFSA data protected? I don't want my information sold and I don't want my school to have it. If I choose to file an application, how will I know that my application is complete? And the last one is, if I submit the non-participation form, can I still file a financial aid application at a later time? So we always encourage students and families to just take a few minutes to review this just so they understand um, a little bit more about the financial aid process and them completing the non-participation form. Add new student is the same thing. If you log in for the very first time and it says get started, or apply here now, or submit now, so you click on that button of get started. Same thing as add new student. So it just prompts you to complete a brand new form. So as you can tell, the very first section is essentially what I stated, that all Illinois public high school students who are seniors need to complete a financial aid application. If they need one-on-one assistance in completing an application, a financial aid application, they can go to studentportal.isac.org/ISACCore. So they do have that option as well. And then for those students who are opting to complete the non-participation form and not submit a financial aid application, they're in the right place. This is the form. Now, it is good to know if they are an emancipated minor, they will need to complete a paper form, which will be requested by emailing fafsa@isb.net, because this form is programmed to require a parent signature or legal guardian signature when the student is under the age of 18. That's how it's programmed in this electronic form. The student cannot sign it if they're under the age of 18, so they will have to complete a paper form. And again, they directly need to email ISB at this email address. Now, if you are going to be completing this electronic non-participation form, these are the fields that you need to complete. So let's begin with I am. So let's say I am the student. I go to this high school, and my name is John, and because remember the test profile that I have is John Doe. So the first name is John, last name is Doe. I am the student. I am at least 18 years old, so I'm going to put birth date of 2005. As you can tell, I am not required to provide parental legal guardian information. That's why it is grayed out. And then it does have my student email address. So I can go ahead and continue. Now, if the student is not at least 18, so let's say I'm 17 or 16, whatever the case may be, most often it's going to be 17, but I'm going to just make the date of birth just to make sure that I am not at least 18. So here I put 2007. I changed the date of birth to the year 2007. As you can tell right away, it changes the first section where I put student, it changed it to parent. So because they are under the age of 18, it automatically changes it to parent, and it also enables the parent or legal guardian name section. So now this is asking me to provide first name. So let's just say Jane. My mom's name is Jane. Her last name is Doe. I am required to complete this section. And then you can tell that it also changed the parent or legal guardian email address. So here it will automatically pre-populate this field with the email address that is associated to the ISAC student portal account. So this, let's say I am Jane because I'm the parent. I'm supposed to be completing this on my son John, who is under the age of 18. I need to put my email address. So I'm janedoe@yahoo.com. So again, if I was the student and I was under the age of 18 and I still went ahead and completed this, and I put my birth date as something that was less than 18 years of age, that makes me less under 18, it will automatically ask me to complete this section. So I have to provide that information, right? Now, here it does allow you to review the information before submitting it. If you review this and you see something is off, like, oh, I accidentally misspelled my name, I was in a rush, you can go ahead and fix that by clicking on that pencil icon, editing it, and then you want to press save. Great. Also, if you see this and you're like, oh my gosh, I totally completed this for the wrong child, whatever the case may be, you can go ahead and remove it with that third icon. So that circle with the little line in the middle. So I removed it and said, okay, I don't know what I was thinking. I was doing it incorrectly. Okay, so now I'm gonna redo it. So I'm the parent, my student is under the age of 18. His name is John Doe. Birth date, just to be safe, that it is, that he is under the age, Jane Doe. This is my child's email address, so I need to take this off and put my email address as the parent. Okay, now continue certification. I look at this, it is so important to make sure that the first name and the last name and the date of birth are exactly what is on the student's school file. So if, for example, John Doe had a hyphenated last name, then he needs to be putting a hyphenated last name. You as a parent or the student, whatever the case may be, has to put that second hyphenated last name, right? It has to be exactly what it is on the file. I cannot stress that enough. And then, of course, the correct high school and school district. This is how we have it match in the system. So the school is aware that the student, John Doe in this case, right, submitted an electronic non-participation form. As you can tell, the FAFSA FAQ is going to be throughout the application, so they can always look back at that. So once I confirm that information, I just keep scrolling down, click on look at this certification statement. So here is a certification statement. It says, I have read the information on the FAQ of the FAFSA, and I understand what the FAFSA alternative application are, and I choose not to submit a completed financial aid application at this time. I understand that by not completing a FAFSA alternative app, I will not be considered for the Illinois MAP grant of up to $8,400 or the Pell grant of up to $7,395. Submitting this non-participation form does not preclude me from filling out a financial aid application at a later time. I certify that I am the parent or legal guardian of the student listed above, or I am the student and am either 18 years of age or a legally emancipated minor. We did copy and paste this exactly what it says on the ISB paper form, so that's why it says legally emancipated minor, but just ignore that. But we did have to use the exact language used by ISB. And then here, please check here if you agree to the statement above in bold. So yes, I am agreeing to this certification statement. It will also pre-populate the FAFSA non-participation form FAQ. So again, those questions that we went over together, just to make sure that the student, parent, or family has in fact read that. And then it will automatically pre-populate it with the submitter's name. So it would be the parent's name if the student is under the age of 18, or it will have the student's name if the student is at least 18 years of age. So then you can go ahead, sign and complete. And then you will see this little confirmation at the top right corner. Confirmation email is sent to the email that you provided. And it says, congratulations, you have successfully completed the 23-24 non-participation form. You may download a copy of this form below. This non-participation form submitted through the ISAC student portal will be matched and reported to schools through the Gift Assistance Program access platform. Now, this is how the schools will see whether a specific student has completed an electronic non-participation form is through the GAP Access platform, which all schools should have access to. Now, if I'm a student or a parent and I want to download it for my records, just click the download form button and it will download the form for you. Just open it. It's a PDF that you can save into your documents. And then exit and return to home page. So once you have completed at least one form, you can go ahead and manage your submissions. So as you can tell, the most recent one always goes at the end. This is the one that we just submitted. This was John Doe. Parent was Jane Doe. They were not 18, so that's why they had the parent legal guardian. But yes, so this is the submission that we just created. So let's say my son John Doe, his counselor says, "Hey John, I didn't see your electronic non-participation form in the system. Can you see can you log into your ISAC student portal account and see how you have your name spelled or your date of birth?" And they can go ahead and edit it. So you see, you can click on that pencil sign and go ahead and make any edits that you need to submit. Let's say he had a hyphenated last name, right? And it was John Doe Torres, but he forgot to add his hyphenated last name. But on the school record, it had both last names. He went ahead and added the Torres, saved it. Sorry. So if for whatever reason they have already submitted a form with the exact same name, they will let you know that they already submitted one. So let me just say, okay, so there. So this is the new, so I put the hyphenated was Gonzalez because that was what was missing. It was on the student record and at the school. So go ahead and sign and submit it again. Sign and complete form. Again, email confirmation was sent. And then exit and return. And then you can see manage submission. You can see that that is now updated. Now, if you want to see what that email, the confirmation email will look like, this is what it will look like. It will come from ISAC at the moment that you submit it, and it will be titled FAFSA non-participation form successfully submitted. Congratulations, John Doe. This email confirms that you completed a non-participation form administered by ISAC. This was the date that we received the form, and this is what happens next. So you can go ahead and download it, view it, or print a copy of your form by logging back into the student portal or click here. If you have any questions, you can visit isac.org or call ISAC call center at 1-800-899-4722 or also email isac.studentservices@illinois.gov. So they can go ahead and email us if they have questions, like if there's a glitch or something's going on with the form in particular. Now, if there is a specific question about more like a compliance thing about the graduation requirement, those questions are directed to fafsa@isb.net. We would take questions that are more specific to how do I complete this form? Yes. I also want to note that there is a step-by-step form. Let me show you all. I'm talking about once I can. Okay. So I'm going to go to isac.org. I am going to go to the step-by-step instructions on how to complete the electronic non-participation form that you can find at isac.org. So you go to FAFSA completion. You can click on the image or the tab. And here, I'm going to the Financial Aid Application Completion Initiative page. You can see that there's different tabs on the right side. Here, I'm going to click on the instructions, so Financial Aid Application Non-Participation Form. You can click on that to get information and then it will take you directly to the FAFSA non-participation form. But if you click on instructions, it will take you to this page that has step-by-step instructions on how to complete this form, as you can tell. Yep. And then, of course, the FAQ is also on there. So you can see these are the most frequently asked questions as well, more specifically to questions that we get on the non-participation form. So this is not the FAFSA FAQ. This is questions that we get about who should be completing the non-participation form, and any early graduates, what form do they complete, etc. So again, I highly recommend you visit this if you have any questions on the non-participation form. But if there's something on here that we haven't answered yet, then please go ahead and email us at school services. I said that school services. And yes, that completes our recording, our session. Bye, everyone.